everyone. I welcome you all to today's session of HIT series, that is High Impact Topic series. And in this series, today we are going to talk about a very new initiative of Government of India, that is Aqua Bazar. You see a lot of questions, whether it be in prelims or in mains, they keep coming from government schemes perspective, and that's why I have picked up this particular scheme for your discussion on this session with you all. So we are going to cover this news in the following sequence. Of course, the very first thing we need to do with regards to any new development is to understand the current affair, the new development, the news. So that's what we shall be doing, and thereafter we shall be looking at the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, followed by the prelims and mains practice questions for you all. But before I begin my discussion on this topic, I would like you all to be informed about the Polity and Ethics Foundation course 2023, which is going to begin on 25th of August, and it is offline as well as an online batch, which is going to be taught by Nitin Shivhari sir himself, who is the founder and director of Analyst IAS. You can have your inquiries sorted on these particular numbers, whether it be with regards to the course or the admissions. You can also visit our office in the old Rajendra Nagar market. The seats are limited, so I would ask you to hurry up. And now let's look at the news itself. Why it is in news? So the Shri Parshottam Rupala, Union Minister for Fisheries, Animal Husbandry and Dairying, has launched the online marketplace. And this online marketplace is what Aqua Bazar is. So online marketplace has been named as Aqua Bazar in the MatsyaSetu mobile app. So an app was there and the name was MatsyaSetu. Under this particular app, a new feature has been added. A marketplace, e-marketplace has been launched named Aqua Bazar. Aqua Bazar. So this was done during the 9th General Body Meeting of the National Fisheries Development Board. Now, what is this platform, this app all about, and what are the details we need to know with regards to the whole scenario as far as our examination is concerned? So let's gather all the information right here. So the app was developed by Indian Council of Agriculture Researchers. There's a body named Central Institute of Freshwater Aquaculture underneath ICAR. So ICAR-CIFA has developed this particular application, this particular platform, with support from National Fisheries Development Board, who's during whose council meeting, 9th council meeting, this particular app has been launched. So the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana is the umbrella scheme underneath which all of these developments with regards to the fisheries sector is going on. So the online marketplace will help fish farmers and stakeholders to source the inputs such as fish seeds, fish medicine, etc., and services required for fish culture, as well as farmers can also list their table size fish for sale. So does Aqua Bazar only serve as a marketplace for selling and buying of fishes? No, a lot more it is about. It is about fish seeds, fish medicines, and so on. Then the marketplace aims to connect all stakeholders in the aquaculture sector. So let's, as I've told you, this is the particular scheme. This is the umbrella scheme underneath all of these developments with regards to the fisheries sector is going on. So let's let's discuss in detail about this particular scheme for ourselves. The Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana PMMSY is designed to address critical gaps in fish production and productivity, quality technology, post-harvest infrastructure and management, modernization and strengthening of value chain traceability, establishing a robust fisheries management framework and fishers' welfare. So the welfare of fishermen and in fact boosting their income, providing them infrastructural and management help with regards to the various stages of aquaculture and fishery. All of this is covered underneath this umbrella scheme. So the PMMSY is an umbrella scheme. I've been repeating this term over and over again, and I have also mentioned this in the document of this PPT. So it's an umbrella scheme. What is an umbrella scheme? I have talked about this term earlier as well, but see, an umbrella scheme is the scheme underneath which various initiatives are being carried on, and an umbrella is there to actually coordinate well and help in implementation of all of them and help them walk or progress in integration with each other, because after all they are for one particular sector itself. So if fisherman welfare has to be taken care of, this is the speed of initiative A, this is the speed of initiative B, this is the speed of initiative C. Now real welfare can never be achieved in this manner. What should rather be is both A, B and C are walking close to each other or equal to each other, so that actual visible welfare to the lives of fishermen is there. And that's why what will be done, a scheme D will be there underneath which all of these schemes are coordinated instead of letting them be at their own pace. So coordination is required. That's why umbrella schemes are formulated. Very crude explanation I have given you, but I hope you were able to understand the idea behind creating umbrella schemes. These such ideas have recently been started in India by the Modi government itself, because they believe in lesser chaos and good governance is the ideology behind actually creating umbrella schemes and actually decentralizing a lot of things, but in a manner of centralization. So it is just better for the structural efficiency. So two separate components are there underneath this umbrella scheme. First one is central sector scheme, CS, and other one is centrally sponsored scheme, CSS. So what is central sector scheme and what is centrally sponsored scheme should be your question right now. See, let me make it very clear, because to a lot of people this is not clear. So central sector scheme is the scheme which is or are the initiatives which are 100% funded by the government of India, that is the central government. Then centrally sponsored scheme are those schemes in which center shares there is devolution of funds. So center shares certain amount of fund and certain amount of fund comes from the state government itself. It could be 50:50, it could be 90:10 for mostly Himalayan and northeast states, it's 90:10, and for union territories, since it's governed by center only, it has to be 100% for union territory for any of these schemes. Yes, if the union territory has a legislature, then the devolution is 90:10 even for union territories. Now for some schemes it's 75:25 also, but please note that the larger share will always be for the center. If not larger, there is 50:50 ratio which is going to be equal for center and state. So here for 90:10 for northeast and Himalayan states, 90% is from center and 10% is from the hilly states, right? So the centrally sponsored scheme component is further segregated into non-beneficiary oriented and beneficiary oriented subcomponents or activities under the following three broad heads. So as we have understood that this umbrella scheme, Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana, has two categories. One of the categories centrally sponsored, that is 100% funded by the center. The other one is centrally sponsored, that is devolution is there between state and center. So under the devolutionized scheme, now we are understanding the categorization of components. First of all, there is enhancement of production and productivity. That is one component, that is one objective to be achieved under centrally sponsored scheme. Then there has to be infrastructure and post-harvest management. Apart from that, fisheries management and regulatory framework has to be taken care of. All of this is going to be done under the centrally sponsored scheme. Now, the aims and objectives of Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. First of all, harnessing the fisheries potential, then enhancing of fish production and productivity, then modernizing and strengthening of value chain, post-harvest management and quality improvement, doubling fishers and fish farmers income generation and generation of employment. So doubling the farmers income is Government of India's goal. Same is the case with fish farmers or fishers, right? So enhancing contribution to agriculture, gross value added and exports. Then social, physical and economic security of fishers and fish farmers or fishermen. Then robust fisheries management and regulatory framework. So basically strengthening of the aquaculture in India. Cluster or area-based approach would be followed with requisite forward and backward linkages and end-to-end solution. Thirst will be given for infusing new and emerging technologies like recirculatory aquaculture systems, production and productivity, quality, productive utilization of wastelands and water for aquaculture. Special focus on cold water fisheries, development and expansion of aquaculture in brackish water and saline areas. Activities like mariculture, seaweed cultivation and ornamental fisheries having potential to generate huge employment will be promoted. Focused attention would be given for fisheries, development in Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, islands, northeast and aspirational districts through area-specific developmental plans. Now, apart from that, Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana envisages promotion of high-value species, establishing national network of brood banks. Brood banks, that is fish banks, fish seeds, fish medicines, fish saplings, that is small fish babies. All of these are available in the brood banks. In fact, genetic framework is also taken care of. That resource is also documented in the brood banks for all commercially important species. Genetic improvement and establishing nucleus breeding center for self-reliance in shrimp brood stock, organic aquaculture promotion and certification, good aquaculture practices, end-to-end traceability from catch to consumer, use of blockchain technology, global standards and certification, accreditation of brood bank, hatcheries, farm residue issues, aquaculture, aquatic health management supported by a modern laboratory network. See, so state-of-art infrastructure, of course, has to be your aim, right? Sky is the limit when it comes to improvements. So you have to, if you are not targeting the sky, you won't reach the Everest, right? So that is the case. Collectivization of fishers and fish farmers through Fish Farmer Producer Organization (FFPOs) to increase bargaining power of fishers and fish farmers is a key feature of Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. Then aqua parks as hubs of fisheries and aquaculture activities with assured affordable quality inputs under one roof, post-harvest infrastructure, facilities, business enterprise zones, logistic support, business incubation centers, marketing facilities, etc. are going to be available. So see, this is an umbrella scheme. So a lot of objectives, initiatives, targets you will get to know. But these targets are then divided into small initiatives working their way out to actually fetch the results quicker. So that is also a pro point or a positive point of umbrella schemes and this kind of designing for government policy implementations. So major investment in construction and modernization of fishing, harbors and landing centers for hygienic handling of fish, urban marketing infrastructure to deliver quality and affordable fish, development of state-of-art wholesale fish market, retail market, e-marketing and e-trading of fish, etc. And under this e-marketing and e-trading, the new initiative is your Aqua Bazar initiative. Now this is a platform, right? There is an app that I mentioned in the very beginning. So the name of the app is different basically. What I want you to do is, I want you all who were hearing it carefully, who were attentive in the session, I want you all to put it in the comment box, the name of the app, right? In the very beginning, while I was discussing this news, towards the beginning of the session, you will find your answer if you were not attentive. Right now, please, it is a very crucial information and you must know it from your UPSC CSE's perspective. If you are watching this video and you are trying to gain something for your UPSC CSE's examination, you should not miss out on such crucial informations. So put it in the comment box and just make sure you know it. Then Pradhan Mantri Sampada Yojana, the targets, right? So to enhance fish production to 220 LMT by 2024-25, register 3,477 Sagar Mitra in coastal fisher villages, doubling fishers and fish farmers' income and generation of employment, then rupees 20,000 crore investment in next 5 years. Now, what you will be doing with this 20,000 crore for fishermen? First, critical gap in fishery value chain has to be filled up. Government is going to launch Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana for integrated, sustainable, inclusive development of marine and inland fisheries. 11,000 crore will go for activities like marine, inland fishery and aquaculture, and that is the division, right? If it's 11,000, then the other part is 9,000. So 9,000 crore is for infrastructure like fishing harbor, cold chain, markets, etc. Then cage culture, seaweed farming, ornamental fisheries, as well as new fishing vessels, traceability, laboratory network, etc. will be the key activities under infrastructural improvements that have to be carried out. Provisions of ban period support to fishermen, because at certain times when the weather is not as favorable, the fishermen are banned from entering the sea. And in that period, the commercial, the economic activity, the earning of livelihood, that cycle is stopped. So during that time, these fishermen need certain support. So ban period support to fishermen during the period of fishing, when the period of fishing is not there, when fishing is prohibited. So personal and boat insurance will be there. It will lead to additional fish production of 70 lakh tons over 5 years. Employment to over 55 lakh persons, double the export to rupees 1 lakh crore. Focus on inland, Himalayan states, northeast and aspirational districts. You see, these are not the areas which are directly connected to the sea, but rivers, riverine fishery, riverine aquatic life is there. So don't start questioning why Himalayan states and northeast states. So this was it about the whole scheme, about the information you needed, about all the facts and concepts. Hardly there are any. This is a government scheme and this is how it is going to be implemented. But facts, I have discussed with you all the facts, in fact more than what you would require. You don't have to remember all of it, just certain facts that you really need to focus on. Even I have emphasized over them during the session. Just note them down somewhere if you could, and that will be just great. Now let's look at the prelims practice question. Consider the following statements regarding the Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. Your statements are: number 1, it will be implemented over a period of 5 years from 2020-21 to financial year 2024-25 in all states and union territories. In all states and union territories. Please focus on such words when you encounter them in your question statements, right? All. This is an extreme word. More than 50% of total estimated investment of PMMSY is earmarked for creation and upgradation of fisheries infrastructure facilities. The scheme plans to reduce post-harvest losses from the present high of 25% to 10% by modernizing and strengthening the value chain. Your answer for this particular question is C, that is 1 and 3 only. Now, let's look at the means practice question. Discuss the significance of Pradhan Mantri Matsya Sampada Yojana. You will be answering this particular question in 150 words and you shall send your answers on WhatsApp to us to get them reviewed. This is it for today. I shall see you again tomorrow with another high impact topic. So, till then, Take care, stay tuned. Thank you so much for joining in.